What's going on, guys? Credit Solutionist here, and I am the owner of PX Credit Solutions and mycreditcall.com, where we help you secure your financial future today. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today, we're talking about big data and TransUnion and what it means to you. Before we jump in, though, I wanted to thank you guys for coming by. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are returning, you already know what to do. Come on in, take off your shoes, and let me know what you are drinking, because you know I got you. And I also need to let you guys know I am so thankful for you guys, the subscribers, getting me to 10,000 subs. Y'all, it has been a long time coming, and I am so excited and cannot wait to double that number this year. So we are now shooting for a new goal of 20,000 subscribers. Now, I want you to be sure to also connect with us through our Facebook group that is called the Credit Pro Academy. That's okay if you missed it. We will put links in the description and maybe put some links throughout the chat as we talk today. Now, the group is completely free, so you can jump in there, meet like-minded people where you can, talk about credit, talk about debt. You can ask me a question because I will pop in there every now and then to get y'all together, okay? Now, if you are looking for more personalized interactions with me over at mycreditcall.com, that's where you can go and feel free to book a one-on-one consultation. Now, these consultations are a little bit different because I give you a recording. I don't know anybody in the industry that is doing that right now. And if they are, they got it from me. All right. So we are worth every penny over at mycreditcall.com. For your consultation, not only do you get the recording so you can always refer back to it whenever you need the information, but we also give you a debt repayment tracker. You can put up to 10 of your accounts, whether it's credit, mortgage, student loans. You have space for 10 different accounts in that tracker. It's yours to keep and customize, so you get an idea of how long it's going to take you to achieve your financial goals. All right. So that is enough housekeeping right now. I hope you are all enjoying this daylight savings time. We sprung forward, though we, kind of feel like we lost an hour of sleep. We get an hour of sunshine, and I'm trying to hold on to it so we can do this live, okay? Now, speaking of our topic for today, I am going to be unveiling a secret of the major credit reporting agency, TransUnion, and I'm going to talk about how they have us all, including myself, by the proverbial cojones, okay? We are going to peel back some layers, but of course, y'all, I am not about to be here all night, so hopefully you catch it, and if not, catch the replay and let me know you are a part of the replay tribe in the comments, all right? So we know who you are. Now, a lot of people continuously ask me, because I talk about data a lot, they always ask me, why are you bringing this up? Like, Victoria, we're having coffee. Why are you talking about data and why it's important? So simply put, 2024 has already been about big data. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, okay, and what is your point? What does that have to do with the average consumer? Well, it's because nearly like every high grossing industry that is out there, whether it's healthcare, real estate, finance, which I work in, we make our bread and butter from data. That's it. Data equals profits. You know what I mean? That's the long and short. That's it. In the words of my girl, Tabitha Brown, that's it. That's all. Data collection is basically the shortest way between me and my money. That's it. Now, I have to do this live stream to educate you because if you think education is expensive, I want you to try to estimate the cost of ignorance. Okay? That is a quote by our homie, Howard Gardner, allegedly. And as you're coming in, let us know what city and state you are watching from. I'm going to try to get through my presentation first, and then we can go ahead and I will jump in the chat, talk with y'all, and I might even let you guys come up and talk because you know I love to canoodle. I am a talker, okay? I told my girl Cherie, I'm a babbling brook. We working on that. So let's talk about data. In order for us to really understand why it's important, we have to start at the beginning and talk about what data is. So I'm going to give you a simple definition that I was able to come up with to try to make it make sense. So the simple answer is that it's information such as facts and numbers that are used to analyze something or conditions so you can get closer to making a definitive decision. That's it. You're collecting information so you can make a decision. That's it. Every part of life is about data gathering and making choices based on that data, right? Every part of your life. All right. If you don't believe me, I have an example. Okay. Okay. Let's say because it's daylight savings time, you want to go see Dune today, right? But you're not really sure if you have enough money, right? So what do you need to find that out? You need information, right? So what do? I don't have my cell phone with me right now, but let's just say you need to know how much money you need to go see Dune. You are going to probably grab your cell phone and you're going to log into your bank's mobile app to see how much money you have, right? You're collecting data so you can make a decision, right? So not only that, but think about this. Not only did you just gather data to see if you could make a decision, your bank is also making a decision and gathering data at that moment as well. Because by you logging into that mobile app, you are helping your bank do research. Now they know that their investment in creating a mobile app is actually something that their customers will like. So they'll continue to throw money at it and improve it. How did they get that data? They got it because every time you log in, every time they log the amount of time you spend in that app. They log what times of the day, what times of the month you go into that app. They're taking all of that information as well because they're collecting it to make a decision on whether or not they're going to keep the mobile app going, right? So does that make sense? Your bank is recording data at the same time that you're getting data. Okay. I hope that makes sense. Now, if we talk about data, the other part of data that you need to know, and I'm gonna say data and data, I say both. But the first thing you need to know is okay, what are the two types of data that are out there? Well, there's a lot of different data, but I'm gonna simplify it because listen, this is a live stream. You wanna talk to me, come over to mycreditcall.com. We'll get together, right? But let's talk about the two types of data that are out there. You have quantitative and then you have qualitative. Now, before your eyes glaze over, just give me a second. I'm going somewhere with this. Let's talk about quantitative data and what it is and why it matters and why TransUnion is taking advantage of that. So qualitative data is basically information that is represented in numbers, right? So is something that can be counted or measured. So a really quick way to remember it is you think, okay, what's quantitative data? How many, how much, how long? That's something very simple that you could keep in your head, right? Now think of quantitative data could be something like your age, your weight, your income, your height, the duration of time it takes to do something. It's a measurement of time. That is quantitative data, okay? And the next area of data would be qualitative, right? So if you're thinking qualitative data, think about what it sounds like. Quality, right? Quality are things that we can touch. It's behaviors, right? So it's information that's more quality based. Descriptive qualities are observed to come to conclusions so we can make decisions. Market trends, right? That's qualitative, right? So why this many? Why this much? Why this long, right? So quantitative, how many, how much, how long? Qualitative, why this many? Why this much? Why this long? Okay. So an example of qualitative could be education, right? You need to get information, not necessarily about numbers. Let's say you want to go to law school, right? And you're researching colleges. Now, on the quantitative side, yes, you want to know how many degrees are in a specific discipline at the college, how much it costs to go there. That's quantitative information. But the qualitative side would be this. You want to go to law school. You're trying to decide between Juilliard and maybe USC or something like that, right? The School of Law. Because of the qualitative nature of the data you're going to have to receive, it would stand to reason that you are not going to go to Juilliard to obtain your law degree. Because Juilliard, that's a performing arts school. So based on the information and the data we know about it, the qualities of that school, you're going to choose USC. You're not going to go to Juilliard, right? So you were able to come to that conclusion based on qualitative data. I hope this is making sense. So now that we know the two forms of data, we got to start diving into the next level, which is the very murky waters of data collection, which is literally the main point of why I'm taking my Sunday and coming on here and talking to y'all today. Okay? Now, data collection is like an inescapable way of everyday life. Like, you can't make decisions on where you live, on your friendships, relationships, education, anything without collecting data. I just gave you an example of how data is collected every single day. So now that we know every part of our life is data-based, it's up to us to start painting the right picture on the data that is displayed about us. Okay, that's a big deal, right? So if there's anybody in here, I'm not really checking out the chat too much, but if you understand what I'm saying with quality versus quantitative, give me a 1 in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. If you don't, give me a 2. Hang tight. We will probably talk about it a little bit later and I can answer your questions, okay? Data collection. What is the purpose? What is the purpose? If you think you know it, go ahead and put it in the chat. I'll come back to you, okay? But here's the thing. The main purpose of data collection, there's a few, so I'm going to go through it and give you some examples. You could collect data. Here's the point. Let me be clear. The main purpose of data collection is to gather relevant information for analysis and decision making. So one way that you could gather data, collect it, is and use it. You can use it to monitor your progress. So think when you're trying to lose weight, right? How do you monitor your progress? Well, you gather data. You weigh yourself every week. You count your calories. You weigh yourself every single week. You're collecting data to see if everything you're doing is making a difference, right? Because the goal is to lose weight. You must collect data on your calorie intake, your weight, how much weight you're lifting, how much movement you're making, right? Another reason you could use data collection is to solve problems, right? We all know before the Model T was created, there was a problem. They basically had a lot of poop in the streets. It was taking way too long to get from point A to point B. It was uncomfortable. People were probably getting lots of holes and crazy stuff in their shoes. Somebody had to monitor that in order to be able to solve the problem. So how do we do that? Because there was lots of poop in the road and all kinds of stuff. Well, we took all that information and then the Model T car was created. That's why, vehicles were created, okay, to solve a problem. Another way that you can use data collection is to update an existing body of knowledge. An example of that could be science. Need I say more? Right? Because all of the data that was gathered between the time that I was born and right now, the history books have been updated, right? And that's because of data collection. Okay, one thing we could think about in this world that we live in right now. For 1,500 years, we thought that we were a geocentric galaxy or universe or whatever, right? The solar system, we thought it was geocentric. We thought we were the center of everything for 1,500 years. And then someone came along, plugged in some different information, adjusted the data, and now we are heliocentric. Now we know we are a sun-centered solar system, right? Hence the name solar system, right? That was because the data that was collected was used to contribute to an existing body of knowledge, okay? Need I say more about that? Okay. So it all boils down to helping an entity or a person make a decision, come to a conclusion so life can move on, okay? So we can get towards the goal. That is the purpose of data collection. Very important that you know that, so you know the purpose of the information I'm sharing with you tonight about TransUnion. So The last part about data collection that I find fascinating and I use the most in my business is to generate insight, right? Insight on what you might ask. Well, I use qualitative and quantitative data to find out about you, generate insights about you, the client, the customer, right? Because as a content creator, I'm going to tell you this. I have to do data collection a lot and a lot of investigation, right? Until I hire somebody else to do it for me. It's my blood, sweat, and tears here. Now, let me tell you how I use it. Now, as a content creator in the financial education space, my job is to discuss topics that are relevant to you as a past client, potential client, which is future, and a current client, right? It's all about finding topics relevant to you, not me, right? I can only get that information by gathering insight. I use a very popular search engine, an AI tool, to get insight in the fastest way possible. That's the whole reason. It's because I don't want to go the slow way and call you all. I don't want to go the slow way and email you and wait for you to respond and tell me what you like. I also get, or I could do snail mail, right? Wrong. I'm going to go use the AI tool in order to gather insight and collect data so I can bring you the content quicker. We can get to the finish line faster. That's it, okay? If this sounds repetitive, it's because it is. You need to keep the data thing in the forefront of your mind all the time. Everybody's collecting data about you. Like right now, YouTube is looking and saying, okay, what is the average age of the person that is looking at the Credit Solutionist video right now? That is what YouTube is doing right now. They are doing analytics and seeing how long you're going to be able to stay, which means how long I'm able to retain your attention, right? That's what's going on right now as we speak. I can see comments coming in. I can see people. I'm not stopping what I'm doing right now, but I can still see you. And I can see whether or not you're feeling what I'm talking about or not, right? So we always have to use data collection no matter what. That's all I'm saying. So again, it's just a quick way to get us from point A to point B so we can make an informed decision. Now, let's talk about some areas where, data collection is used daily, right? The qualitative versus quantitative. Employment. Now, if you were looking for a job, as an employer, I could go out and knock on doors and just say, hey, do you have these skills that I'm looking for? Hey, do you have these skills that I'm looking for? I could hire a headhunter as well, or a recruiter, right? I could do that. If you walk through my door, it's very easy for me to learn about you through your resume, because your resume has both qualitative and quantitative information on it. It tells me where you've been, what you've done, qualitative, and then it tells me how long you've done those things, quantitative. Okay, I hope I said that right. Another way that employers use qualitative and quantitative data for you or on you, and they collect it, is your background check. The background check says everything. It tells me everything I need to know. Why would I do a background check versus just calling you and asking you if you've committed a crime? Well, easy, because it's going to, one, take too long to get your entire history if you tell me verbally. Number two, you gonna lie. Your employer knows you gonna lie. That's why they do background checks, because it's going to take far too long to try to drive to every state and every precinct to ask if there's a record on you. No, we need to have a comprehensive way to get this information, because people lie and it takes too much time to get to the truth. Okay? That's why employers do this kind of stuff. They use references, right? That's more qualitative. Now, quantitative in the sense that they maybe say you got to have 3 professional, 3 business, that's quantitative. Now, the information that they tell you, the information that the reference provides, that's qualitative. Okay? That's qualitative. I hope it's starting to make sense. Now, the most important part, and as it pertains to this discussion tonight, a way that employers, I guess, could use this information against you, qualitative and quantitative, is credit screening, because that's a great way to find out so much about you. I'm not going to go too deep into that part tonight. We're going to do a separate live stream about it, because I'm really interested and excited about sharing why data and information and how it's presented can make or break your financial future. Okay, it can make or break your financial future. I've already told you so much that hopefully anybody that catches this video right now or catches the replay understands where I'm coming from. So why are we discussing TransUnion? Simply put, just to keep you informed, they are just one of many bad actors in the data collection, data storage, and data mining and distribution space. That's it. You deserve to know when somebody's playing in your face. And 2024 is the year of exposing people that are playing in our face. Am I right or am I wrong? Hello, P. Diddy. So if I find somebody playing in your face, as the credit solutionist, I'm going to tell you. So let's talk about TransUnion. Well, before we get into that, actually, thank you guys that are in here. If you guys can hear me, that would, let me know if the audio goes in and out or anything. I'll definitely look for that in the chat for now. Also, let us know what city and state you are watching from, because honestly, some of my information could change based on the region of the country that I am talking to. It can, okay? We want to know where you are. And I told you guys, if all goes well, I'll be doing my first live event. I'll be part of a live event, and it'll be my first public speaking gig as the credit solutionist. You guys, I am beyond stoked. So I am just waiting for the person that is orchestrating this event to start putting it out so I can let the cat out of the bag, because you guys, I'm so excited. I can't even hold it in. And I hope to see some of you there. I'm just so excited about this. I cannot tell you. And really, this person approached me because they have obviously been collecting data on me and watching me in these YouTube streets. Okay. It's important is what we're getting at. So, okay. Back to TransUnion. Let's talk about what TransUnion even does. Like, what do they do? Well, they collect consumer data. They identify who you are, right? They help employers and others, confirm you are who you are. They use their platform, or their platform is used for employment, for collection of outstanding debt. Right? That's another one. And the length of your history as a consumer. That's one little thing, The second thing that they do is they basically present a chronological snapshot of your obligations, both past, present, and they use that to determine how you will behave in the future. Now, the third and most important thing that TransUnion does is they provide all of that information I just talked about in an on-demand format to the highest bidder. That's very important, because the report that you have is being sold on the market, whether you want it to be out there or not. There are people that have a vested interest in purchasing your information so they can then promote their service or product to you. It's all about turning a profit. It's all about money. Okay? If you feeling me, try to find a credit card emoji, pop it in there. Okay? Also, I want to apologize if there's some noise in the background. I live in a party town, and there's actually a club right outside my bedroom window. This is my office, but yeah, there's a club on either side, both of the bedrooms that I have. It's crazy. So I apologize in advance. That's what happens when you live near downtown or in a party city. Anyway, okay, let's talk about how they have successfully finessed us all real quick. I'm going to give y'all. TransUnion has been able to finesse us simply because of good PR. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's all. In the words of Tabitha Brown again, that's it. That's all. I wish I had came up with that first. But that's really what they do. They are basically right now running the best scam ever. And they're not a scam company. I shouldn't say that, because we willingly give our information to them. But they have a great PR campaign right now that makes you as the consumer believe that they have your best interest at heart. I almost fell for it too, because right now, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, they all have a membership where you can sign up with them for a fee every single month, and they will monitor your credit, among other things. I'm going to tell you why you might want to think twice about doing that. But before we dive in, I need to actually step away for just a second. I got to take a little break, and maybe I have some music or something. I don't know what I'm gonna do, y'all. We're gonna figure it out. But please stick around. I will be right back. All right, give me 2 shakes. All right, y'all. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Can y'all let me know in the chat if you are getting audio? I need to know before I come back on because I just had some technical difficulties. Holler at your girl. Let me know. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for holding. I am back. I'll get my camera pulled back up in just a second. But before I do, I want to go ahead and get into these comments real fast because I know that y'all be chatting and stuff. And one of my other friends should be getting on me because I don't acknowledge the chat soon enough. But listen, I got to get through my information because y'all know I talk a lot. All right. So be sure to hit the like button as you are coming in, before you leave, whatever you got to do. So let me go ahead and get into this comment section real fast. All right, Raleigh NC Jabras, thank you so much for stopping by. Diamond Dave, happy Sunday to you. Thank you so much for responding to my my question earlier with the one in the chat. Anthony Russell, long time no see. Glad to see you. Thanks for stopping by. If you're still in the building, let's see. That's Diamond Dave, y'all. That's the homie right there. Anthony Russell, and we got AI Tech. Thank you so much for stopping by from the DFW. I will definitely be out that way later this year for sure. My girl, Mentor Shelly. Hey. And y'all definitely check out Mentor Shelly's channel. She is fantastic. All right. Thank you so much for confirming my audio is great. All right. Checking in from Augusta. We got a lot of Southerners in the building. Hey, Ori. Haven't seen you in a while. VA. That's me too, baby. I'm in the VA area as well, as you know. Mentor Shelly clocking in from Atlanta. Girl, I'm going to see you in about a month, sister. We're going to tear it up. And Anthony Russell, thank you so much. I am so excited about this event. I cannot wait to talk to you guys about it because your girl is going to be out and about. Let me see if I can get back on camera because my lighting situation got a little weird, y'all. But give me a second. Hold on. Let me see if I can turn it back on. Okay, here I am. I'm so sorry, y'all. Like, the situation in this room went haywire really quick. But I'm about to get into the TransUnion situation and I'm going to share my screen with you guys. So hold tight. I know some of y'all got short attention spans. I see y'all leaving. It's all good. The ones that stick around, y'all gonna get this game. All right, Mentor Shelly, there we go again. Congratulations. Thank you, girl. And Memphis, Tennessee, that's what's up. Y'all, I love it. The Southern hospitality is in the building right now. I love it. Okay, you can hear me in the elevator. Look, as long as y'all can't hear the club music in the back, I'm good, okay? Because it's so loud. So loud. That's why I had to stop for a second and then knocked over the camera and everything, y'all. Just a mess. I am a mess. Yeah, definitely hit the like button, y'all. Okay, so let me go ahead and jump into this whole TransUnion debacle. Let me pull their website up and show you guys, like I said, how they are playing in all of our faces. So give me 1 second. I hope you enjoyed what I was talking about with the qualitative versus quantitative data. I think that's going to be a very important part of what we're talking about here, and it's going to make a lot more sense in a moment, okay? Now, let me see if I can share my screen with y'all really quick. And we're going to look at the TransUnion business model as far as what they offer and why it is such a sham. And y'all need to literally wise up. And if you have any kind of monitoring with them, you need to let it go. You need to let it go. So let me go ahead and see if I can share my screen real fast. And if you feel like sharing the information with us, how many of y'all are actually getting your credit monitored by TransUnion? Is there anybody in here that actually has signed up for the $29.99 service? You know, let me know in the chat while I try to see if we can get the screen shared here. All right, let me see if I can get it on full screen here. Y'all, when it's just me talking, I be just shooting at the hip. But when I got to start clicking on stuff, whoo, Lord have mercy. Okay. All right. And let's see. I have Experian. Okay. Got you. TJ never left. I do know a TJ. I don't know if you're the one I'm thinking of, though. All right. So let's talk about TransUnion and what they do for us as consumers. So this is probably the side of the site that you're going into as a consumer whenever you're thinking, oh, should I try TransUnion? Yes or no, right? Okay, so what do we know them for? We know them for, reporting our information as far as, our identity, where we work, what our history has looked like as consumers, both purchasing, paying off debt. They also tell creditors how long we've had history as consumers, all that good stuff. So what I want to focus on right here is some of the basic basic services that TransUnion offers to us as consumers. All of this for the wonderful price of $29.95. You probably can't see it in the bottom there, but we're going to get to it and talk about this. Now, the reason that I want to highlight this is because I'm going to show you right now how TransUnion is playing in your face. So if you know anything about credit reporting, you know that there are certain things that are going to come free no matter what. If you have a debit card, bank account, credit card, any of that stuff, a lot of these services that are listed here, you're going to get for free. And here's why TransUnion's playing in your face. Number one, they tell you that if you pay $29.99, they will give you fraud alerts. Okay, well, what does that even mean? Well, it means if there's some kind of wacky, credit application that comes through, you didn't authorize it, they send you an email. Y'all, your bank can do that for free. Okay, you don't need to pay $29.95 to get that done. The next thing, let's go to credit freezes, credit freezing and unfreezing. Okay, this is something that you can definitely do with TransUnion for free. They literally tell you on their website that you can do it for free. If you have the 800 number, you can call in and get that done for free. I'm still looking for that $29.95 value that they're telling us about down here where I'm highlighting. Has anybody paid for this yet? I hope not. And if you have, send me an email because I don't want you to tell nobody. I don't want to put you on blast like that. So let's go ahead and toggle back. I'm going to talk kind of quick through this because I want to see if any of y'all want to come up and have a conversation about this. The next thing where I know they're bamboozling you is the free annual credit report. I have a question for you. Why would I pay $29.95 to get access to something that you're telling me in the description is free? Why would I do that? I already know you're playing in my face and you're trying to get something from me and have me pay for it as well. Here's the reason that I say that. Do you notice right here? They already give you the website for where to get it. So I'm simultaneously telling you pay me $29.95, but I'm also telling you one of the features of that service you're paying me for every month, you could actually get that crap on your own. I'm not sure. Do you feel like they're playing in your face yet or not? I need y'all got to start participating because I know I'm making sense here. So let me just go ahead and click on this real quick because I got to show y'all how stupid this is, right? And I don't want to say stupid. That's a strong word, but you could literally go to annualcreditreport.com from their website, from the TransUnion website, and just do it yourself, right? You could do it yourself right here. And look who it's brought to you by: Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Again, TransUnion is playing in y'all's face. Now, let me know, can you actually see the website? Because if you can't, then I'm going to have to show it to you. Let me see if I can share it. Hold on. Because y'all, this annoyed me so bad when I saw this. I was like, how dare you? You going to tell me I got to pay $29.99 to get a report right here. Y'all, come on, $29.95. They playing in your face. So the reason that I'm showing you this is because I want you to think a little bit harder about this. If a lot of the stuff that you can get from the TransUnion $29.95 credit monitoring service, if you can get it for free, your question has to be, why would I pay? What's in it for TransUnion? Because there is something in it for TransUnion, okay? That's kind of the point that I'm trying to make here. So let me see if we can toggle back to the other screen here, because I really want you to understand this. And by the way, has anybody on here gone to the free credit report website to actually get this information? Because it changes once you know the game. Like, it really changes. And then you understand how serious the game of collecting your data really is. And then making you think that you're getting some kind of benefit from working with this company. Okay, so let's see. Maybe this will work. Yeah, there we go. That's where I wanted to go. All right. So yeah, we're paying $29.95 for that. Last but not least, credit disputes right here where you can see my mouse moving. You're paying $29.95 to get the ability to dispute your credit with TransUnion. Now, because I'm the credit solutionist, I have to tell you that this is not advantageous for you at all. And there's a big reason why. Because if you go to any credit reporting agency's website and you dispute with them online, you are automatically negating or eliminating your ability to call a credit professional and have them begin to dispute your credit reports on your behalf. You are basically going into the lion's den. You're going into their playground where TransUnion already has the handicap. They are going to win. Okay. So do not dispute with them online. That is the worst thing you could possibly do. The other thing, like I said again, why is it that you're charging me $29.95, highlighted right down here, to do all of these things that we could do for free? Well, TransUnion knew that you were going to ask that question. So here is going to be the answer. Let's go ahead and get started and see what they tell us. Now, hopefully ain't none of my information in here from when I was a sucker and I almost signed up. So let's talk about some of the features that you will get in addition to the free stuff that's already there. I know you probably can't see it, so I'm going to read it out loud to you because I want you to feel how hard they're playing in your face right now. And all of this, let me be clear, it's to cover up the fact that they are just trying to obtain your data and soften the blow. That is all. Okay. They are trying to offer you a service and make it seem as though they are on your side. I'm going to show you whose side they're really on in just a moment, but let's go through this list. So if you pay that $29.95, here's what you're going to get: unlimited updates to your TransUnion credit report and score. You don't need that all the time. Your bank that you're banking with right now, if you need it, you can get it there for free. You can just sign up with your banking institution right now and get your updated credit reports for free. Now, if your score matters to you, then go ahead and do it. But I'm here to tell you the score that they're using and they're giving you at TransUnion, it's not going to be worth it. Let's continue. Email updates of critical changes. That would be that fraud alert. Your bank also has that as well for free already. All you have to do is log on and ask. Call and ask, look at the website of your bank and ask them, right? Why are we paying TransUnion to do things for free? Why? For what? Anyway, instant email alerts sent as soon as TransUnion finds out someone else applied for credit in your name. Now, I am not the smartest cookie in the box. I don't even know where you store cookies. But this and this are literally the same thing. They playing in your face. They playing in your face by telling you the same service twice, and you think it's something special, right? Lock and unlock your TransUnion and Equifax reports. Now, here's something that's a little special because you can lock Equifax as well through TransUnion. Now I got questions because why the hell are TransUnion and Equifax in cahoots here? I thought that they were separate entities. What's going on here? I got questions, and you should too. Why are we paying $29.95 for this? Why? All right. Personalized debt analysis and credit score trending. Not even going to get into that because what do you think your credit score or your credit report is when you pull it up? That's what it is. It's a personalized debt analysis and credit score trending like that. Anyway, score simulator. I would not mess with a simulator because there's another credit company that actually just got in trouble for this. It was Credit Karma. Do not trust any score simulator and do not trust any company that tells you that they know whether or not you're going to be pre-approved or pre-qualified for any credit card ever. That if you do fall for that and you start applying for stuff and you keep getting denials, well, there's a whole nother side to this where you can actually potentially take that company to court because they may be setting you up to fail. Because if they're telling you that you're going to get approved for something, you apply for it, and then your credit score lowers and you can't get another loan because of that inquiry, that company that told you you'd get approved is now responsible for that. It's a lot, y'all. It's a lot, but it's fascinating to me. Unlimited toll-free access to identity theft specialists. Once again, you can call and get that information at your bank. Why are we paying TransUnion? Why does TransUnion want us in their system? That is the question, okay? The $1 million in ID theft insurance, again, your bank can do that for you. So what I wanted to talk to you guys about really fast too is about the particular credit score that TransUnion is offering you and why it's a waste of time. I don't know if you can see it here, but TransUnion, all that credit score talk that they're giving you, It's a Vantage 3 score. I don't know if you guys know too much about credit. I'm going to go ahead and take this off the screen really fast, and I'm going to bring it back because I want you to understand this. They are literally offering you information on a Vantage credit score. And y'all aren't participating in the chat. That's all right. But if you do, if you want to participate, give me a 1 or something, or let me know that you understand what a Vantage score is. Because I'm about to tell you, a Vantage score is okay, we got somebody. Okay, what are you saying here? TransUnion is, yes, ma'am. Yes, they are hustling. I'm gonna go ahead and show you why. Let me share the screen again, because y'all, I really want y'all to get this information. Okay, so Ori, so you say you understand what a Vantage score is. Fantastic. I'm gonna go ahead and bring this into perspective. Okay. Let me see here. Ooh, Lordy. Your girl got to get tech savvy up in here. Okay, so let's talk about what a Vantage 3 score is. Is useless is what it is. Okay. The reason that is useless is because no lender under the sun cares about that. This is the most novel score. It's a novelty. That's all that it is. How do I know? Because Vantage even tells us themselves. And I'm also going to talk about the most powerful credit scoring model known to man at this time during our lifetime. Okay. So let's go ahead and go over to Vantage, because that's the first thing that I wanted to do after I saw that TransUnion wants to charge you $29.95 to give you I was about to cuss, a Vantage Score 3.0. Let's go over to Vantage. All right. I hope you guys can see that. So Vantage Score, if you want to know the two most popular credit scoring models, one is Vantage, one is FICO. Okay. So let's talk about the Vantage Score here. There is a growing number of lenders that are relying on the Vantage Score model. So I'm not going to say to discredit it or discount it completely. However, a Vantage 3 score is very easy to come by, and it's very surface. You know, when a credit company runs like a soft pull on your credit, they're looking at your Vantage 3 information, if that tells you what you need to know here. It's very surface. It doesn't mean anything. It's really just a marketing tool for TransUnion to get you to give them that $30 and make you feel more at ease about the fact that they're selling your information. Okay. Now, how do I know that this Vantage 3 score that TransUnion is, going to offer you for $29.95? How do I know that it's a waste of time? Because I'm going to go right down to the bottom of the website at Vantage, and I'm going to see what Vantage scores are actually used for mortgages, autos, credit cards, and credit unions. Get ready to have your mind blown. I'm clicking on mortgages first. All right. So Vantage Score approved for mortgage applications. Let's talk about it. I'm not sure if any of you guys can see this, but there is the if you want to get a mortgage, the Vantage Score model that they are going to be looking at, and not every lender, this is only a few. Does anybody see what model score you have to actually know about to get a mortgage? Does anybody see this? I don't see 3.0 anywhere on this damn page. What I see is Vantage Score 4.0. So here's my question. Why would I sign up with TransUnion and pay $29.95 for a Vantage 3 score when Vantage is telling me on their website that a 4.0 is what I need to be monitoring? What is TransUnion doing for me? I have questions, and you should too. All right. Auto. Let's go ahead and look. You want to get a car? TransUnion is selling you this service saying, yo, we'll show you your Vantage 3.0. We'll show you where you stand. This is the one you want to look at. All right. Auto industry, both new and used. Let's see what scoring model they use, y'all. Let's see. All right. I don't know if you can see it. It's there in orange. Auto industry performance. Specific to the auto industry, the Vantage Score 4.0. I don't know if you're noticing a trend here, but I see it. Maybe I see it because I'm the credit solutionist, right? Maybe I see it. I'm still trying to find out where this Vantage 3.0 that TransUnion is charging me for, where is it beneficial? See, I read the fine print so you don't have to. I go to the bottom of the pages because I know you're not going to. I don't know if Diamond Dave is still here, but he used to be a marketer. That Diamond Dave can probably attest to this. He knows that you as the consumer, you're going to look at probably the top half of the page. You're not going to go all the way to the bottom to find out what the truth really is. So that's why I exist. Let me go on ahead and look at credit cards. We're going to round this out because I'm wanting y'all to let this sink in. And I'm also not going to be here very long. I got some fish and grits I'm about to cook. Now, the credit card industry and Vantage scores. Now, the credit card industry is historically known to have more lenient credit scoring models when they are, assessing your worthiness as a borrower. So let's just look. I bet you could probably guess what credit card issuers are using as a scoring model. You think it's 3.0? It's 4.0. Vantage 4.0. Anthony Russell said it the best. Vantage is garbage. And I'm gonna clean it up a little bit, Anthony. Vantage 3.0 is garbage because the bread and butter is Vantage 4.0. Vantage is telling you this. But how many average consumers do you know are going to leave the TransUnion website and go investigate the Vantage website on their own? How many people are going to do that? Right? They're not. And TransUnion knows this. They're like, yo, they probably had a meeting in December and was like, you know what, for 2024, y'all can't see me because I'm in the corner right now, but they're looking at their nails, picking in their teeth at their meetings, saying, you know what, we're going to play in those consumers' faces this year. That's what we're going to do. We're going to play in their faces. How can we play in their faces? Just to take the temperature and see how goofy they are. Let's just play in their face. Let's offer them the Vantage 3.0 and charge them $29.95 for it, knowing damn well everything hinges on the Vantage 4.0. You need to go directly to Vantage and just sign up with them. That's what you need to do. But TransUnion is not going to tell you that, right? Because all they want is your information. They just want your data, baby. That's it. So let's talk about if you're going into a credit union, right? If you're going into a credit union, did I click on it? Let me see if I could click on it again. Let me just make sure. Okay. So credit unions, maybe we'll get lucky and Vantage 3.0 is like something that they use in this industry. Let's see, because maybe they'll surprise me. Oh gosh, guys, here we go again. What do you know? I'm going to zoom in just to drive this point home. TransUnion done played in your face, and they got the nerve to have their own website right there on the Vantage website. Y'all, I'm not laughing at anybody because I know if you hear, you came to get some information, and that's what I'm giving to you. So, all right, what score do you see? What score model do you see for credit unions? 4.0. 4.0. So I'm going to go back. This is the TransUnion website again. We're going back. They're giving you a credit score for $29.95 every month based on Vantage 3.0. How long are you going to let TransUnion keep playing in your face? How long are you going to do it? How long? That's my question. If they're going to sell my data, if they're going to do data mining and all that crap and distribute my information to the highest bidder, I'm not going to let them add insult to injury by charging me $29.95 for a score that means dirt. They're playing in your face. And I have to keep saying it because I want you to know that's what they're doing. So let me show you another credit scoring model. This is public information. Let me come back on the screen real fast. This is public information. This is how I know these companies are playing with you. You see how quick, despite my technical issues, you see how quick I found all that information out? That was just the click of a button. That's it. But they know that your average consumer is not going to do that to find the information. So let me pull up my next screen here. And then I'm going to show you, after we talk about this next credit scoring model, that is the most common in the world, by the way. I'm going to show you that. And then I'm going to show you what TransUnion's real interest is. I'm going to show you where all their eggs are. Okay. That's what I'm going to show you. So let's go ahead and look at one more thing before we go, and I show you how deep TransUnion is in the game of information and data. All right, so TransUnion is right over on their website. Let me zoom in. Sorry, y'all. I get excited about this part. Oh, Lordy. So if you go over to myfico.com, TransUnion is right here in the right column. This is under the education tab. If you go to myfico.com and you click on credit score models or something like that, it's very easy to find. So go to MyFICO. TransUnion is right here. So let me show you again how they play in your face. They tell you, well, where is it? Look, they like, girl, shut up. You telling too much information. Vantage Score 3, right here, from the TransUnion website directly. I go over to MyFICO, TransUnion, they told on you. If I want to get anything, auto lending, credit card, mortgage, all that, TransUnion, remember that's on the right side, the furthest right side, auto lending, FICO 9, FICO 8, FICO 4. I don't see Vantage 3.0 in this description at all. Credit card decisioning. What FICO score is used? What's the predominant model? Bank Card 9, Bank Card Score 8, Bank Card Score 4. Does anybody see Vantage 3.0 anywhere? How about mortgage lending? Most mortgage companies, I don't know, Cherie's probably not here from Black Women Making Money, but she could probably tell you they're not looking at Vantage 3 scores when she's looking to get loans approved for her clients. She's not. I can guarantee you, if you walk into her office with a Vantage 3.0, she's going to laugh at you. Right? Not for lack of your effort. She's not going to laugh at you for that. She's going to laugh because it's comical that there was a company, multi-million-dollar company, that told you that a Vantage 3 score was going to get you the home of your dreams. That's why she would laugh. Mortgage lending, FICO Score 4. I do not know about you, but I don't see anything on that page that says that Vantage 3 score that I'm paying TransUnion $29.95 a month for is going to do me any good. At least with my company, where we do the My Score IQ, at least I give you your FICO 8. Yes, because I'm that serious. I'm that serious because I know when you want to get a credit card and you want to get a car, they're looking at your FICO 8. So the credit monitoring I recommend and I offer at mycreditcall.com and fixmyficonow.com, PX Credit Solutions, the one I offer you is a FICO 8. Why is it that I, as a regular person, am giving you something that's really going to get you somewhere, and TransUnion is charging you $29.95? And I'm sorry, y'all, I'm talking fast because it annoys me so much. Oh, Lordy. Yes, facts. Listen, Dave. Once I get started, I don't stop. All advertised features they're talking about are free. Exactly, Shelly. And the reason a lot of consumers don't know that these things are free is because the consumer that's using TransUnion is typically a person that maybe hasn't gone into home buying. They may not be a homeowner yet, so they don't know how the process works, right? They may not have a car yet, or they may have poor credit, and they're thinking that TransUnion is going to help them. Okay, that's kind of what it is. It's really for the uninformed consumer. But if you click on this video, you get the game for free. I didn't charge you $29.95 for this, and I just literally told you, don't do it. I just told you why. Okay, but we're gonna talk about where TransUnion really has their money, and then I'm gonna see if anybody wants to come on tonight. on the live and talk to me, definitely please do, because I'm not going to be here very much longer. So TJ Never Left is saying, I have the free version. I check my credit with my exactly. Because listen, Chase is going to tell you so much quicker if you're going to get approved. They'll tell you so much quicker than TransUnion will, because Chase is really a prestige credit product. If you're going to go the credit route with them, I wouldn't trust TransUnion with them. Now, there is one banking institution that I would, where your TransUnion report is going to be pretty important if you're banking with some company like Navy Federal, because Navy Federal does actually look at your TransUnion. Okay. But I highly doubt they're looking at your TransUnion Vantage 3. You would only look at your TransUnion information to see what Navy Federal is going to review. They don't care about your score. They care about the makeup of your credit report. So again, TransUnion is still losing. They still jipping y'all. Okay. That's what's going on. So yeah, you could check it with your bank. That's exactly what I said, TJ. So you on it. You on the money, man. Okay, Anthony Russell says, I can never get authenticated online with listen, playa, give it up. Stop it. Look, if they will not have you, move along. If you didn't get anything from tonight's presentation, know that. Move along. Stop pushing it. That's like pushing a relationship that ain't about to work. You ignoring all the red flags, sir. You keep trying to get authenticated. Stop it. Mentor Shelly, hey, I would love for you to come on tonight if you can. Let me see if I can actually share. Oh, it's blocking it. Give me a second, guys. Okay, so you say, I know you can go. Yeah, exactly. And this is why I say that TransUnion is playing in our faces, because they are literally telling you on the same page, like they're trying to sell you a product, and then right below the product, they're saying, however, you can get the same stuff for free. Playing in your face. Girl, yes. And I think for the most part, I can tell that TransUnion is playing with your, they're insulting our intelligence, because now that I'm on the business side of things, I can tell that that's what's happening. But if you're a consumer and not into any of this stuff, you don't care. You don't care. Yeah, it's garbage. Exactly. The devil is in the details and fine print. And honestly, they put it right there in the open. What I'm really about to show you is going to blow your mind. So I'm about to come back. I'm about to go back because I know this is what everybody actually came for. But that part of the presentation is going to be so fast. You're going to be like, what the heck? Okay. So nobody uses, well, here's the thing. So they do use Vantage 3 scores, but it's a novelty. A Vantage 3 can get you in the door. So let's say your Vantage 3 is saying that it's 750. Well, when that lender runs your actual credit report based on one of the other scoring models that I showed you, whether it's 4.0, FICO 8, FICO 9, FICO 10T, which is coming, we're going to do a live stream about that in the future. If the bank is using a different scoring model to actually qualify you, approve you, technically, yes, they did use the Vantage 3. They used it to get you in the door, but it's the 8, 9, the 4 FICOs and the Vantage 4.0 that's going to get you the loan. I hope that makes sense the way that I explained it just now. But let's go ahead and go over to the TransUnion website, and I want to show you exactly how far TransUnion is in the game of information and data collection and selling. All you got to do is, instead of clicking on this personal, go on over and click on business, because I want to show you exactly how many things they got their hands on. Now, I did do, let me see if I could pull this up. Okay, so I did kind of a little outline about this because I wanted to try to stay on task when I talk about this. We'll see if that works. All right, let me go ahead and talk about this. Okay, yeah. So there was 2 things in particular that I wanted to show you. Number 1, let me zoom in. How many industries do y'all think that TransUnion actually has their hands in? Because I want to show you how deep this is so you really get it. Let me see if I can even take myself off the screen. So look, When you toggle here, you see that they have all these true brand solutions. So this they cover everything from helping companies gather data about you for marketing, fraud prevention, which is basically, helping them protect themselves from you, the consumer, from committing fraud. True IQ, True Empower, all these things. Okay, I'm not going through all of those because you have to do some of this footwork and legwork yourself. Okay, but let me show you what industries they are in. TransUnion has their foot in the automotive industry, background screening, collections, communications and energy, financial services, gaming. TransUnion collects data for gaming. You guys, healthcare, insurance, media and entertainment, the public sector, clearly we know this. When you have child support that's not paid, what does TransUnion do? They take the information from your public record and they slap it on your credit report. And then they turn around and they sell that information right back to the public sector. Okay? They sell it right back to the market, the black market, for all we know. Low key, I'm going to do another live stream about some stuff because there are some credit card companies that actually got caught selling your information to people on the black market so they could open credit cards in your name. How about that? Retail and CPG. So in this list, this lets you know TransUnion is about more than just credit reporting. So let's say, for instance, you're one of those people, and no shade to anybody, but let's just say you're one of those guys, because it's usually men. I love men. Don't get me wrong. But let's say you one of them brothers or one of those sisters that wants to be a sovereign citizen. You want to be a sovereign citizen, right? You don't want to have anybody track you by your social, where you work, your past history, nothing, right? You want to be a sovereign citizen. Go ahead and do that. But I just told you that TransUnion has information on you. If you're a gamer, all they got to do is skip trace you. And boom, you right back in the credit system because they can gather all your data from gaming. Right? So TransUnion is not playing with y'all. TransUnion is in it to win it. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back because they do have a service I wanted to talk to y'all about real quick. I wanted to highlight two of these for you. So let's go to True Vision. Let me look at True Vision. Let's see what that one's about. Okay, so let's say you have your credit report already in TransUnion, right? The information's reporting whether it's accurate or not. Okay, we don't care about that part right now. All we know is your information's in there. So if I'm an outside company and I want to know something about you, right? I have to kind of investigate, like, what's the risk that's going to be involved in doing business with you? And since I want to know that information, I have to go to somebody to give me that information. Like, they have to give me a comprehensive look at how your behavior, like what your behavior is. TransUnion will provide me that. All I got to do is ask. So with this particular service, True Vision, this is risk assessment. So there are companies out there that hire TransUnion and pay them a monthly fee, much more than that $29.95 that they was trying to get from y'all. They basically pay TransUnion to gather your information and tell us, the company, whether or not you are economically viable for my company, right? So they help make better risk decisions and gain a clearer, multidimensional picture of the consumer or organization. Okay, so what do they do for these people? Let's go down. This is where it gets scary. They help TransUnion helps the company by acquiring customers who meet the risk tolerances. They improve risk-based lending and underwriting decisions. This basically means, okay, I have a loan, I want to give it to somebody. TransUnion, tell me based on my metrics, is this person worthy or not? TransUnion will give them that information, whether you give TransUnion permission to do it or not. This is the point of this live, to let you know your information is getting shopped. It's not just getting presented to you under the $29.95 where you can just monitor it. All TransUnion is doing is showing you on your credit report, hey, this is what we're telling everybody about you. Hey, this is how we're helping people skip trace and find you, even if you try to disappear and become a sovereign citizen. This is why we could still find you, because of stuff like this. Okay. So that's this one. This is just one of like 10 other services that they offer, right? And here's a really important area that I wanted to talk about. They improve decisions with data driven insights. This entire live, I've been talking about data and why data is so important. So let's talk about the second service that actually stood out to me the most. You know how you sometimes think that if you get on a do not call list or kind of take yourself out of the credit reporting system, like let's say you freeze your credit report, in your mind, you're thinking that nobody has access to find you at all. Do you guys ever wonder how like collectors and stuff are able to call you? Like how if your number's unlisted, if you never gave the collection company your number, better yet, if you changed your number after you closed a credit account. Have you ever wondered like how the collection agency is still able to find you? It's literally because of a system like True Lookup. So look, it helps the client to conduct faster due diligence and issue a resolution with investigation products that deliver actionable intelligence on people, assets, and relationships. You got to let that sink in. Please go look these services up when you get a chance. TransUnion is actively helping the collection agencies and the creditors that are listed on your credit report actively speed up their investigations and more effectively locate subjects, recover assets, and collect debt. I hope this is making sense. This is where TransUnion's bread and butter is. It is not in that measly $29.95 that you're giving them per month. That's their coffee money. That's the money that they probably use to go put in their fund for the lawsuits that happen, right? So why would TransUnion be trying to establish these kinds of relationships where, again, they employ stuff like skip tracing? We'll talk about skip tracing on another live, another day, because I really want y'all to understand how deep this really goes. But this right here, this is deep, man. Right? So they're helping lenders and helping collection agencies find you. They do investigations. It doesn't matter if you think you've removed yourself from the system completely, because I already told you they have their hand in all of these industries. Again, if you a gamer, TransUnion got you. I hope ain't nobody looking for you. Right? Like, I'm telling you. So I'm gonna stop sharing real fast. And sorry guys, I know y'all know I be all over the place, but I got so passionate about this. If you want to join the stream, you can go ahead and join by the link right there. Okay, there we go. Yeah, if anybody wants to jump on, if you have a comment about anything that we shared tonight, if you think anything that I have shared is erroneous, I would love to talk to you. If you have been a victim of TransUnion charging you $29.95 per month to basically just sell you air, let me know. I want to talk about this kind of stuff because to me, this is so crazy, super duper crazy. Okay, Mentor Shelly, you are saying it's just, yeah, exactly. The Vantage Score 3.0 is just qualifications, pre-qualifications. Like, you know how when you're on a dating website or something and you see somebody's picture, okay, the picture is kind of like the exact same thing as a credit score. Like it kind of gives you an idea of what you might be getting if you see the person in real life, right? When you see the picture. But when you actually get to meet the person and get to know them, that is their actual credit report makeup, right? Because your score can get you in the door, just like your picture can get you in the door on a dating app. But it's the contents of the person that determines whether you keep dating. It's the contents of the actual credit report that determine whether or not you're going to get approved for a loan. That's the difference. And like I said, TransUnion has their hand in every part of the industry. They have their hand in reporting data and giving it to you as the consumer so you know what's being reported about you. But they take that same information and then they pass it backwards to the very same companies that are listed on that credit report because they're getting more money from them than they ever will from you. They just need your information. All right. Okay, Shelly, I got you. I'm gonna have you come up, girlfriend, and I gotta hook up my headphones so I can hear you. Yeah, have to go. Good. Thank you so much. You will see me again because your girl. I'm in these YouTube streets now. We got 10,000 subscribers, so I got work to do. Okay. Hey, mentor Shelly, girlfriend. How are you this evening? Thank you for stopping by.
Doing great. I'm doing great. I'm
Happy
so
Sunday.
glad. Happy Sunday to you too. Dude, I am so glad you're talking about this particular subject matter because we have to understand the perspective and vantage points, vantage 3 and 4,
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
that these credit reporting companies are coming from. Their bread and butter was never with this little flimsy $30 service they trying to sell you. And this $30 service they're attempting to sell you, most of what you can do with it is free anyway. So, credit reporting, what do you call it? Most of them, in my opinion, of course, you're the expert here, but most of them, from what I understand, a lot of the monitoring that they do, some of them are straight BS, to be quite honest, because they don't have a vested interest. Part of the reason why you have the task at hand to help people with their credit, because a lot of these credit reporting agencies have a vested interest in keeping nonsense on your credit report, because the more nonsense that's on your credit report, it's the more that their paying clients can charge you in interest. That I do know. So at the end of the day, um, always remember, unfortunately, if you're not up on game with FCRA and your rights with your credit reports, a lot of times they will play in your face even when you're working to repair your credit. Because simply put, they make more money with the corporations than they do with you as the individual. So they're always going to be on the corporation side. And I can't hear you, Victoria. I don't know why, but
It's because I'm muted, girl.
oh,
Y'all be knowing. Look, this is the time of the night.
yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Woo! Gave all my energy to the front end of that presentation. We good now. Can you hear me, girl?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, so here's
Yeah.
what I wanted to do. Let me share the screen again because eh, you know, repetition is the mother of skill, right? And it's I want to make the point that Shelly just brought up. Let me put this on the screen. She just said that TransUnion has a vested interest in the other companies that are paying them on the back end to get your information. How do we know this? We know this because TransUnion only sells one service to us as the consumer. They just sell us the credit report and all these other flimsy things that we can get for free and that we can get at our own home bank. But what do they offer these businesses? All of these services right here that you see listed, they offer that. What industries does TransUnion serve? These industries right here. Everybody in this chat is involved in one of these sectors. TransUnion has their teeth sunk so deeply into each one of our backsides. It's terrible. I can't believe I said that, but you get me. You get me, Mentor Shelley.
Yep.
So let me go ahead, take that off, and bring you back. So what you said just makes so much sense. If you can you tell us a little bit about from the employment standpoint? Can you tell us what you do and how, if you can, just summarize how you would utilize a credit report as a professional in your space?
In my HR and career coaching space, your credit report becomes vitally important, especially when you're looking for upward certain type of positions that have financially vested interests involved in what it is that you're going to be doing. A part of your background screening is, and of course, as you know, these credit reporting agencies are a part of that as well. They provide with a credit report as well. And some jobs, as credit solutionists can attest to, there are some jobs, not only do they check your credit when you're getting hired, they check it periodically depending on how long you stay with them. And it's important to have your score and what's on your report makes a huge difference in you getting hired and staying hired in some sectors and in some industries. um, Also, what you're going to be trusted with going down the line when you get into executive level positions, your credit report is going to become key. So don't think for 1 second you're just keeping your credit clean or keeping your credit at a certain level just to buy that fancy car or maybe a fancy house or for any other thing. It's used in employment situations as well as of course on the business side it's used as well. But just to give you guys a good assessment of how important your credit report or credit score is. If it wasn't important, your bank wouldn't go through the trouble of even giving it to you for free. Let's just put it like that.
Got you. Makes perfect sense to me, Shelly. And, I'm so happy that you're here tonight just to give your input from the side of a career coach and someone who actively works in the HR industry and has done so for over a decade, right? So what you're saying is really the gospel. So they should be listening to everything you have to say tonight, you know? Are you there?
Yes,
Can you
ma'am.
hear me?
I'm
Okay.
here.
I was like, girl, I
I'm
hope
here.
I didn't lose you.
No, no, I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah, so when you hear stuff like this, as far as like the information that I covered tonight,
Hmm.
um in your opinion, what do you think a consumer can do to take charge or try to get some agency over um what's getting reported here? You know what I mean? Like, is there anything that a consumer can do to help themselves? Maybe they're looking for a job. Is there anything they can do to make themselves more marketable in regards to how information is reported about them on their credit report?
Well, number one, let's make sure the credit report's right. Let's start there. Get a copy of it. You can either go through, if you haven't checked your credit report in a while, I'm sure you're going to share this information. Go to annualcreditreport.com and get the report for free. See what's on there, because
Mhm.
you can't operate blind. You got to know what's there first. Um, and then based on what's there, 9 times out of 10, there's going to be something that's incorrect on that report. And this is now where you have to do things smartly and you can't do things traditionally or take the lazy route when it comes to cleaning up your credit. I'm sure Credit Solutionists will speak more to that. But if you're disputing what's on the credit report, you are definitely do not want to do it online. I'll start with that. And I'm sure you're going to speak to that more, but you don't want to do that online because they will quickly say, oh, it's right and keep it moving.
Mhm.
There's ways to make sure that they actually have to take a look at it. And just like how they expect us to be lazy with reading, expect them to be lazy with researching and taking things off. You kind of have to make them work. You kind of have to make them be accountable and liable with the FCRA rules. So you want to make sure that you make them work, and I'm sure she'll go through with you how that takes place, if you guys book a consultation with her or if you guys work with her services to go through that process. But I'll say this, just like how they're not going to make it easy for you and their first priority is to their clients that's paying the most money,
Mhm.
make sure you don't make it easy for them to keep falsified information on your report. So just
Exactly.
start there.
Exactly. That is the first thing we need to do. And really, to close out tonight, what I want to let everybody know is when it comes to this channel, we're about credit education here. And I have Mentor Shelly up here as well because everything that I do, I can always find an angle that Mentor Shelly can provide input on because all of these things are interwoven and they're connected. If there's incorrect data being reported about you and being sold to the highest bidder, that is going to astronomically affect your earning potential. You have a
Yep.
career coach here that's literally telling you that exact fact. I'm telling you that there are multi-million dollar industries that are investing in TransUnion. TransUnion is also investing in the data collection space because, after all, a credit reporting agency
Hmm.
does just that. They report information. So data, all of that, whatever you call it, that's the name of their game. It's their bread and butter. And it will be until the end of time. It's not going to change in any of our lifetimes. All right. I'm telling you now. So it's best to just get on the train, find out what's being reported about you, and clean it up as soon as possible. And if there is something that's in there and you've done your due diligence and tried to defend your reputation and get it taken off and they refuse to, well, now we have a situation where they could be found liable for any losses that you get. Now, I am not a lawyer, but you can absolutely sue for damages if the conditions are correct. If you lose out on a job opportunity because there are incorrect bits and pieces of information on that report about you, you do have the right to sue under certain conditions, right?
You
Think
sure
about
do.
this, you guys. It affects so much because, okay, let's talk about health insurance. I promise y'all, I'm about to wrap up because I want to eat this fish and grits. It's going to be so good. Shelly, you know, I've been on my grits lately, girl. Woo!
Let's see.
So good. So listen, but okay, medical insurance. If you have some incorrect data on your credit report or whatever identifying reports they use, you could be paying more for medical insurance every month. That's directly affecting your bottom line, which is directly affecting your ability to save money, which is directly affecting your financial future. You may not be able to get a house for 2 more years because your medical premiums every month are $100 more expensive than they should be. Tell me that's not damages. That's not financial. That's not damages at all. So I'm trying to give you guys a different way to see this. It's about more than the credit score, right? It's about more than that. It's about what's on there. It's about what's being reported. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so many areas in that credit report that you don't realize have a direct correlation to who they think you are as a person, how responsible they think you are. They even judge you on your demographics based on your zip code. Not necessarily always a color thing, but it could just be because you're in the wrong zip code, because that zip code doesn't make as much money as the zip code across town. How do we know that? Because there's public records. TransUnion
Vehicle
has their foot in that
insurance.
too. Go
Yeah.
ahead. I'm sorry. What you say?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut in there, but vehicle insurance is they use that for vehicle insurance as well. Your premiums are determined some by your credit as well.
Yeah. And people tend to think, oh, it's they're only looking at what's on my credit report as far as if I pay my bills. No, they're looking at like Shelly just said, they're looking at your zip code. You know, they're looking at there's some forms, excuse me, some industries will look to see if your job history. Just like I was talking about a little earlier in the stream. If you come in, like let's say you have 5 jobs on your resume, right? 5 jobs. But when the company pulls your credit report and they see that you've had 6 jobs, they may have questions because that's a discrepancy. You need to know that before you go into that interview. Because again, that affects your bottom line. If you can't get that high paying job because there's too many discrepancies on your credit report and your resume doesn't line up with what's being reported about you by TransUnion, for example, you could lose out on that $100,000 job. You could lose out on that. Again, you won't be able to get that house. You ain't taking that vacation because you don't have a credit card to actually charge it. So that's all I'm trying to get at, y'all. Protect your data. Okay. Know that everybody out here has a vested interest in your information. Like I said, I use it to determine what I'm going to come on here and talk to you about, to determine who I'm going to market to determine what audience I'm speaking to. Right. That's why we use it. So I hope you got something out of this tonight. Like I said, I'm going to cut out because I got to go do some things and get ready for tomorrow. Got a pretty big day ahead of me on Monday. Shelly, before we cut out, ma'am, please tell the people where to find you, your social media platforms, and if you have anything exciting coming up in this next quarter.
I actually do have some digital products coming up in the next quarter. For the Mentor Shelly brand, wanting to make sure that, you always, I don't know if you guys, if you are subscribed to my channel or have heard any live streams or videos from me, Mentor Shelly, wanting to make sure that you become a better version of yourself professionally. Credit Solutionist, we appreciate everything that you do. in the credit space to contribute to our overall personal economy, because that at the end of the day, this is what all of this is about, to make sure we can manage our own personal economy, enhance our personal economy, increase our own personal economy. And you can find me in these YouTube streets, youtube.com/mentor Shelley. You can find me at mentorshelley.com. If you're looking for assistance in the areas of career, career strategy, career planning. I do have consultations available at mentorshelley.com/consultations if you're looking to get your resumes revamped or done. If you're looking for an entire career revamp, we can go from start to finish. I work with you on a one-on-one level, and I can also work with you on a surface level. It all depends on what it is that you need. If you also have any high schoolers that's coming up in the next few months that's getting ready to graduate, you can go to mentorshelley.com/book, where my book, From Clueless Teenager to Consummate Professional, is also available digitally as well. Of course, if you guys have questions, you can always go to mentorshelley.com/contact, leave your voicemail, email message. You can leave a voicemail right on my website. So I'm more than happy to return that voicemail or email within 24 hours. As always, I, of course, return the control back to the video back to Credit Solutionist. As always, we are here to become better professionals in whatever sector and space that we fulfill. Thank you so much, Credit Solutionist, for the opportunity to serve your audience. Go ahead.
Absolutely, girl. It's always a pleasure. You know, you got a place here, permanent seat. Okay. I'll get at you. All right, guys. So that basically wraps up tonight. Thank you so much for stopping by and checking out the channel. You're going to see my mug a whole lot more on here because we have reached 10,000 subscribers. And I thank you so much for your support over these years. It's been a long time coming. If you want direct access to me and you want to chat with me one-on-one and get a true, tried and true method for eradicating your debt, go ahead and book a consultation with me over at www.mycreditcall.com. If you want to join our community, it's completely free. Go ahead and find us on Facebook. We are growing the group and we are going to start contributing so we can have a very powerful, financially successful 2024. The Facebook group is the Credit Pro Academy. You'll know you've reached the right place because you have to request to join. Okay. We do not let just anybody in, and I monitor for spammers. All right. If you would like to come on the channel and interview and chat with me and give some of your knowledge to my audience, I am more than happy to talk with you guys. There are links in my description. You go ahead and reach out to me via email, and we can have you on this channel to help folks get to where they need to go if you have a specific area of expertise. All right. And be on the lookout for my public speaking engagement. All right. I'm going to be a guest with another content creator, and I cannot wait until he releases that information. So be on the lookout for that, y'all. I'm on the road this year. So I will see you guys on the next video and bring you more content that you can use to become financially successful in 2024. I will see you guys on the next video. Credit Solutionist